Hey everybody, welcome to the class. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. So I hope you had a very nice week. Good thing is today is Friday, right? So we're gonna rest a little bit. Okay, we're gonna check about the platform first. This is the platform, the class of tonight, and this is the exercise for tonight. Okay, you just need to come and take the option that is the best. Okay. Did you finish this exercise? The exercise 1.3. Did you have any problems with that one? Or everything is fine? Okay. Very well. So we're going to check the attendance then. Let's see how it goes. So Holman, Saúl, Girón, Sánchez. José Alberto Baños Hernández.
Present, teacher.
Good. Jamie Raquel Escobar Alfaro. Carla Lorena Leiva Contreras.
Present.
Good. Vanessa Noemi Reyes Lemus. Héctor Francisco Morales Rico.
Present, teacher.
Good. Cristian Alexander Arevalo Delgado. Kenia Cecilia Ruiz Morán. Daniel Antonio Luna.
Present, teacher.
Good. Manuel Antonio Escamilla Jurado. Fátima Denise Aguilar Márquez. Iván Petrovich Guzmán Aquino.
Present.
Good. Lucy Natalie Juárez de Ramírez.
Present.
Good. Erika Yasmín Martínez Carpio. Samantha Marisol Campos Flamenco.
Present.
Good. Zulma Janet Ramírez Ábalos.
Present.
Good. Germán Alexander Durán Linares. Nelson Antonio Rodas Rosales.
Present.
Good. Daniel Arquímedes Florentino García. Osvin Alexis Flores Hernández.
Present.
Good. David Alexander Rodríguez Sánchez.
Present, teacher.
Very good. Okay, perfect. Let's check. Oh, he is coming. I guess it's Christian. Nobody else is missing, right? Yeah, Christian.
Teacher,
Hello?
yo sí creo que I think I am the first. I
Very well. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. No worries. I'm gonna do it right now. Very good. Okay, let me just check here. Here's, okay. Okay. Perfect. So we're going to start the class of tonight with a video. So we're going to watch the video and then we're going to comment. We're going to give opinion on what we understood about the video, okay? So I'm going to put the video and let's discuss about that one. Here we go.
People always ask me, Brendan, what do leaders actually do? Maybe you're leading a team, or you're in charge of a large organization, or you're just trying to even lead your own life. I mean, what is it that leaders actually do? Many of you know this was my graduate school work. In 2001, I wrote a book called The Student Leadership Guide, and I never had any clue that thing would blow up the way that it has. And this framework for leadership, it's called E6, is from that book, and it's been used at, I think, 40 of the top 100 schools in the world. Major corporations from around the world, major associations have called me in to speak on this topic because it's a great framework for leadership. It answers that question. What are the major practices of leadership that we must enact on a continual basis to be able to have the amount of influence and impact we desire in our work lives or in any role in which we're leading other people? So let's get right into it. The first E of these 6 E's is envision. Great leaders envision a compelling and different and vibrant future than what is here. They have an alternative, clear view of what the world could be like tomorrow than it is today, right? They have a shared purpose. They believe that they and others would be compelled by, interested in, inspired by, and want to work towards. And that's a big deal. And you always read about it in leadership, right? You have to have vision. I mean, it's biblical. Where there is no vision, people perish, right? We know the power of having that vision. So you have to sit down, though, and actually do it. The reason we say envision versus just have a vision is you have to sit. It's a practice of envisioning. What should tomorrow look like for my team? What should tomorrow be like for my business, for my organization? What should tomorrow be like for my life? And not just tomorrow, a long-term mindset and view. The dream, right? That magnificent obsession, that bold desire, the moonshot goals and purposes and missions of life, the bigger picture. That's envisioning a different reality in the future than we experience today. And that's what everybody gets excited about in leadership. Where there's no vision, there's no leadership. Where there's no vision, people perish. So you have to envision. And I say that these are 6 practices of leadership and not 6 steps, because it's not like you do envisioning once and then you move on in the process. We always have to continually sit down and envision, where are we? Where can we be going? It's an active process. If you set a vision one time and you forget about it, it's not going to help you accomplish the influence or the impact you want in your lifetime or in those that you lead. The second E here is enlist. As you're developing this vision, it's not just your vision, you're enlisting other people to share their voices, their perspective, their dreams, their desires for where you could be going. I think that the most important leadership lesson in the world is that people support what they create. If people are involved in the ideation of a vision, they're involved in creating ideas, of brainstorming, of figuring out what is it we are about, what do we stand for, where are we going. Great leaders enlist that from other people. They're constantly asking people what they think, how they feel, what things they desire and need. And it's that enlistment that is always going on. A great leader is always enlisting other people to believe in the dream, to shape the dream, to stay dedicated to the dream. It's an honest and an authentic and a genuine desire to see other people be involved in the process and to enjoy that process. I mean, it's so vital. And that methodology of how do you get people involved in it? You're asking questions. You're paying attention to their needs. You're reflecting back to things that you're hearing. You're always enlisting others to support and to build this vision, this ideal future together. And the third thing that great leaders are always doing is embodying their message. They stand for something. There's a congruence between who they are, the behaviors that they're enacting into the world, how they treat people, what they're working towards, and what they say is important, right? It's just basic line. It's integrity. It's a congruence between what we say we're after and how we are behaving. And there's nothing more important, is there? It's that old message. It's like, you don't believe the message unless you believe the messenger. So as leaders, we have to stand for and demonstrate and show and portray what we are really believing in. I mean, is our team and the people around us seeing us work for it, sweat for it, sacrifice for it, champion it over and over and over again, even when it's hard, even when there's conflict, even when people are pissed, even when people want to quit? Are you still there? Do you still stand for it? If you do, you become a legend. Fourth, what we have to move on to is now empowering people. Empowerment means we give people the decision-making authority and the trust to be able to work towards this vision, to allow them the autonomy, the strength, the input, to equip them with the knowledge, the skills, the abilities, the technologies, the tools, the training, to allow them to succeed as they march with us to achieving something extraordinary and phenomenal. That's vital. That's what empowerment is about. And a lot of leaders who come in with a big vision, they get everyone excited, you know, they seem like they want everybody involved, and they do a great job of standing for it, but they don't equip their teams to kick some butt. They never get to that place of real stride, of real momentum. And that happens all the time. Training other people and equipping them with everything they need to succeed has to be a vital practice of every great leader. And again, it doesn't happen just once. That's a huge failure in the working world, especially in corporate America. Great leaders come in, they nail the vision, they get people around it, they stand for something. But they only empower people at the beginning. They give some training and then they just disappear. Training has to be consistent, coaching has to be consistent, equipping people to deal with the new challenges, the new tools, the new technologies, the new competitive realities. That's vital. We have to have that in place, right? So we've been doing this practice. We envision a better future. We enlist other people to help shape that vision, to believe in that vision, to support that vision. We stand for something by embodying our own message. We empower other people to be able to support and to be able to win. Then we have to evaluate. It's one of the hardest things that we do in all of leadership, to evaluate the key people who are with us, their contributions, evaluate their skills, evaluate their needs, and to evaluate the ethics that are going on in our organization, in our team. Are we being excellent and are we being ethical? Is the questions that we're evaluating on, right? Are we being excellent and ethical as we are progressing? Which I guess would be the third question. Are we progressing? If not, why? Are we being ethical? If not, why? If our people are not being excellent, if not, why? These are the questions that we have to ask as a practice. And evaluation, it's like every day as a leader. You know, you've got to keep your thumb on the pulse to see, hey, how are we doing? Are we alive? Are we moving forward? That evaluation also brings up the incredible challenge that we face as leaders, which is to give honest, direct, immediate, constructive feedback to those people who are trying to influence and lead. You know, to our collaborators, to our friends, to our followers, whatever word that you use for them. I mean, it's vital. It's vital that we are paying attention and seeing when things are going off the rails, you know, that we never check out. I mean, it's a consistent process of checking in and seeing how we're doing and paying attention to really evaluating the progress of our mission. And that final thing, that sixth thing, that thing that makes the magic, encourage. You know, to encourage, to be the champion, to be the cheerleader, to be the person always motivating, inspiring, uplifting people, to never just have, you know, a lot of leaders, they get their pet projects and they get excited about it and they disappear. No, man, you need to encourage on a continual basis. You need to light people up. You need to have it in your heart and in your soul, that desire to want to lift people up, you know, to lift them up and lift them off their butts, to get them excited about things, you know? If you can't motivate them with your passion and your example, then what are we doing? You have to encourage people when this gets hard. You know, when you're working towards a mission, it gets hard. And longer term, the more people involved, the bigger the organization, the bigger the vision, the bigger the dream, the longer the duration to accomplish it, the more struggle, the more challenge, the more conflict, the more discord, the more disappointment, the more frustration, the more doubt, the more delay. All those things happen. Leaders have to deal with them. And the way they have to deal with it is always being that encouraging voice. When the chips are down, when it looks most bleak, you're still that beam of light. And when it gets dark when it gets challenging, when there's conflict and turmoil and turbulent seas, you're solid. You're somebody that they know they can go to because you're always going to turn a negative into a positive. You're always going to help them see the alternative view, the next step. You're going to champion people. You're going to champion the mission and the cause. That's leadership. That's the 6 E's of leadership. Envision, enlist, embody, empower, evaluate, and encourage. And I'll say what overlays all this is a philosophy about what we're doing, that it's important to us, that there's a purpose, there's a mission to it, that we feel that deeply within us is so powerful. And we honor, we respect, and we love those we work with. Last thought, I never use the word, I try to, maybe I use it in this video a little bit to give us context, but I try never to use the word follower. People aren't following you, they're actively engaged. They are collaborators. When you get people to collaborate with you in all areas of these 6 E's, you're building leaders, you're building collaborators within the organization, within the team, with those who you are serving, a magic happens. It's not just you, the leader, it's a group of us. We are a peer set of leaders. We are the movers and shakers who are shaping and making this mission happen every single day. We love to work together, we have fun, people are standing up. They now are helping come up with vision. They now are championing and cheering on, bringing in, enlisting other people. They now are doing they're standing for something. They're living that value and the truth. They now are empowering other people and championing the cause. They're your eyes and your ears evaluating how the organization, how the mission is going. They now are encouraging it so it doesn't just ride on your shoulders. When we do that right, then we have this thing called leadership.
Okay, what did we understand on the video?
I think he talked about the characteristic for a good leader.
Very good. Characteristics for good leaders. Any other opinion? What were those characteristics? Or any other thing that you learned?
Ambitious, give a good feedback.
Okay. Yeah, you need to be ambitious. That is a very good, a very important thing. Not in a bad way, but I mean, you need to have some goals, right? Try to run from those goals. Any other opinion? What did you understand?
Says a leader always listen to the people believe in the dream or the vision.
That is very important. Right? So a leader, a true leader, they are going to make you believe, be engaged in a very nice. Any other opinion? Comments?
Teacher,
Hmm?
they talk about the evaluation every day because it's necessary to see each people, the characteristic and the evolution and the work. And he talk about the motivate. It's very important, motivate and inspire the people. I think every day the people tired, maybe turn tired, and the leader is important. Inspire for make or do the work better.
Very true. Yeah, motivation is one of the most important parts of leadership, right? Because motivating, I mean, you know that we are all different and the motivation is different for everybody. So it's a very difficult task. And inspiring, as you say, I mean, inspiring is not easy as well. Not many people inspire other people. Right? It's a very difficult thing to do. Good. Any other comments? No more. Okay. Whenever we see videos, it's important to understand the most of it. Probably we don't understand every single word. We can get vocabulary there as well. You can write words and say, what is that word? I'm going to look for that word. Also check pronunciation. We are going to watch videos from different parts, I mean, from different parts of the world, pronunciation is going to be totally different. It's not going to be the same. So that is another thing that is very good about it. So we can take advantage of those. Good. We're going to continue with the class and we're going to check about the topic of tonight, that is the different management styles. Okay. So let's start with Nelson Antonio. Could you please help me reading this slide?
Yes, teacher. The way you choose to manage your team or department can have a direct effect on how they'll be able to meet their goals. What you say and do may send powerful message to employees about how you value their contribution and your level of trust in them. Understanding different management styles and when they're most and least useful may be helpful. The list below highlights some of the more common styles used by managers.
Very good. Thank you, Nelson. What did you understand of the paragraph that you read?
Is talk about the way how to manage your maybe your team or your company or your department, and say to how can affect and how to be able to meet their goal.
Very good. So that is it. So everything that you say is exactly what represents this paragraph. It says the way you choose to manage your team or department can have a direct effect on how they are able to meet their goals. What you say and do may send powerful messages to employees about how you value their contributions and your level of trust in them. Understanding different management styles and when they're most at least useful may be helpful. The list below highlights some of the more common styles used by managers. So we're going to check a list of different management styles. Let's check some words. Let's see. What is, remember when you say messages, that word is plural. So it's not message, but messages. And whenever we use plural, it's very important pronunciation. Let's see. What is level? And your level says on the third line. What is level?
It's level.
All right, yeah, so different like categories or anything like that one, right? What is trust?
To select.
Yeah, it's when you believe, right? When you say this is something very good. I totally believe in you. Let's see. What is, it says the most and the least. What is least?
I don't know, teacher.
Okay, least is the superlative of less. That is like in minor quantity. So the least is the superlative, so it's the most inferior, something like that. What is useful?
I don't know how to explain in English, but útil.
Something like that. Useful is something that you really use, right? Something that is important for you to achieve some goals. Then it says the list below. What is below?
Is down.
something like down. It's a preposition. The only difference is that below is a preposition like in a surface, something like that. Highlights, what is highlights?
It's like a list, I think, or
Something like that. So highlight is like something that puts the most relevant parts of something. So good. So let's going to start about the different management styles. The first one is the authority. That's going to be for Vanessa Noemi.
authority. Authoritative leaders tend to make decisions without feedback from others. This approach works well when you need to respond quickly to a situation and don't have time for debate. If you rely on this approach too much, you may see high levels of turnover within the organization and stable innovation.
Very good. So what did you understand about the authority?
I think this part is important to our leaders because they have to make the responsibilities to the employees. So some leaders don't have authority to another people, so the employees don't do exactly the task that they have to make. So this is important that the leaders have to develop it.
Okay, very good. So yes, this kind of leader is very common in Latin America, right? So he's the kind of leader that they say, this is what we're going to do. And that's it, right? Let's do it. So it says authoritative leaders tend to make decisions without feedback from others. So first question for you, what is tend, everybody? Okay, tend is, it comes from tendency, when you have like a trend, a behavior. So authoritative leaders tend to make decisions without feedback from others. What is feedback?
Maybe it's a comment.
Very good. It's a comment about something that you're doing, right? So authoritative leaders, they don't listen to other people. They just do what they have to do. That's it. This approach works well when you need to respond quickly to a situation and don't have time for debate. Okay? Approach. What is to approach? Okay, approach is like approximate, the way that you are going to get closer in this situation to a problem, something that is going on. So this approach works well when you need to respond quickly to a situation and don't have time for debate. So if you see here, it doesn't say that is incorrect. Sometimes it's necessary that you are authoritative. So when you don't have time to sit down and analyze things, when you have to act and do something, this is the best approach. This is the best way for you to handle a situation, okay? And then it says, if you rely on this approach too much, you may see high levels of turnover within the organization and stall innovation. So, rely, what is to rely?
It's like trust.
It's like trust. Very good. It's a synonym. Very nice. The next one is turnover. What is turnover? Okay, turnover is a very common word in business. Turnover is a a metric, a KPI is a parameter that tells a company how many people quit their job, how many people they go to other companies. So that is the turnover. That's why it's like that. Turnover is like if 2 or 3 people they resign, if they don't want to be your company anymore. So this is true. If you rely on this approach too much, I mean, if you do this too much, people are going to leave the company. They don't want to be in a company where the boss is authoritarian, right? They are not happy. And also it says stall innovation. Stall is like stop. It's not possible to innovate because the boss is always doing what they want. Something like that is good. Do you have any questions on this paragraph? Anybody? No questions. Clear as horchata. Next one says coaching. Let's see. Carla Lorena, help me with this one, please.
Coaching. Some managers view their role as that of a coach who sees the potential in employees and wants to help them grow. This can effectively build strong teams and create an environment where employees feel comfortable.
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 In that word, the second O, you don't say that word O. Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Very good.
Experimenting. Employees typically have a sense of autonomy under this style, but those who need more direction may feel some neglect.
Neglected. Or neglect, yeah. Neglect, yeah.
What is neglect?
We're going to check that one, yeah. We're going to check the vocabulary, no worries. Let me ask you, what did you understand in general about this paragraph?
It's about the managers see the potential in employees. I think it's a coach is like be a good leader, maybe.
Yeah, this is part of leadership, therefore, and coaching is a very good part of that one. I mean, if we analyze that one, so some managers view the role as that of a coach who sees the potential in employees and wants to help them grow. So as you can see in this part, the coach or the coaching style is trying to see in the employees all the potential, all the good things that they can do, and they want to help them to go to other positions to grow within the company. So that is this can effectively build strong teams and create an environment where employees feel comfortable experimenting. So this is something that is very good about this one. Everybody's happy because the boss listened to the employees, right? And that is something very, very important. And it says employees typically have a sense of autonomy under this style, but those who need more direction may feel some neglect. So neglect in this part is like when you don't pay attention to something. So some people, they really need that the boss says how to do things, right? You need to do this and this and this. Other people, they are autonomous. They can do things by themselves, but some other people are not like that. So that might be a problem on that. Good. Do you have any questions on this one? Anybody? No questions. Good. Let's move on. Democratic. This is going to be for Samantha.
Democratic. Democratic managers evaluate the input of employees in the decisions-making process and usually believe having more ideas is better than having a few. This management style may help empower employees and increase their motivation to work toward common goals. However, sorting through all of the voice and finding consequences to make a decision can take time.
Okay, what did you understand on this?
I think is the management style when the collaborate co-workers have an opinion about the line of the company.
Okay, very good. So that is it. If you see in this description of the stars that we're reading, the first part of the paragraph is like, what is that about? The second one is the benefit. And the last part is like some things that are not convenient on this star. So in this case, democratic managers value the input of employees in the decision-making process and usually believe having more ideas is better than having few. So that is true. This style is for you to listen to everybody. All the opinions are important, right? So that is a very important thing. I have a question for you. What is a few?
It's a little.
Many.
Not many, yeah, a little amount of things, so not many, right? Not a lot. Okay, and then it says this management style may help empower employees and increase their motivation to grow, to work toward common goals. So that is also true. In this case, employees, they are motivated, right? So since you are everybody listen to you, so that is a very good thing. Question, what is empower?
Delegate.
To delegate, very good. So when you say you are free to make your own decision, right? Very good. And then the other word is toward. What is toward? Okay, toward is a preposition as well. So it's a preposition of movement. When you, for example, say he is walking toward the car, it means that he is walking in the direction of the car. He's going into that direction. So that is towards. On the last part is the inconvenience about. However, sorting through all of the voices and finding a consensus to make a decision can take time. Okay, so yes, because you listen to everybody, sometimes it's very difficult to agree. So because everybody has different opinions, sometimes to finish something it takes a lot of time. So that is not good. Right? All right, and sorting. What is sorting? Anybody knows?
No, teacher.
Okay, sorting is like putting all together. You have a lot of things and they're involved. So all the voices and then consensus, that is to put everybody. Anybody has a question on this one? Okay. Next one says transformational. Holman.
Hi. Transformational. In a transformational management style, managers prioritize innovation
Prioritize.
What?
Yeah, prioritize. Prioritize innovation.
Prioritize innovation and growth. Those managers encourage employees to discover just what they are capable of achieving workers with transformational leaders them to be happy and dedicated to their work, but they must be able to adapt to sudden change.
Okay, what did you understand on this one? In your own words, Holman, what did you understand?
I guess it's like a leader, managers, think different, try to innovate, to do different things of different points to up and achieve the goals and motivate the employees, but different with different points. I think it's like spontaneous. It's like that.
Very good analyze. So yeah, transformational is like that one, right? So they are more focused into innovation, into changes, into being better in the processes and procedures. So it says in the transformational management style, managers prioritize innovation and growth. What is growth, everybody?
It's a vision.
Okay, very good. It's something like when you want to put more, to sell more, to continue increasing some. Very good. And then it says these managers encourage employees to discover just what they are capable of achieving. What is capable?
When you have a capacity.
Very good. Capacity of doing something. Right? When you have the skills of doing something. So workers with transformational leaders tend to be happy and dedicated to their work, but they must be able to adapt to sudden changes. What is sudden? Anybody?
When we don't wait, this success.
Very good. So when the change is immediate, right? So
immediately.
Yeah, it's something very fast. So that is a problem, right? Because sometimes you need to adapt that because since they really like innovation, you need to go and change about this. So that is something interesting. Good. Anybody has a question on this one?
Teacher.
Yep.
I don't know, but in Spanish, the word is adaptabilidad. Is in English is same.
Which
Sudden.
Sudden is no. Sudden in Spanish is something like de repente, repentinamente, de un momento hacia el otro, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Any other question? All right. Visionary. Very good. So this is going to be for Fatima.
A visionary leader knows how to ensure every team member understands the company vision and is working toward a common goal. This leader tend to be excellent communicators and typically give workers plenty of autonomy as long as they effectively execute the vision.
Very good. So what did you understand on this one?
I understand the leader capacity for coworkers, his coworkers, to work on their vision for create goals and communicate the way or the I don't know, the direction. How do you do the job the excellent way?
Very good. So that is a visionary. This is a very good kind of leader, actually, because they have a vision and they want to go to that vision. Also not easy, right? But yeah, that is it. It says a visionary leader knows how to ensure every team member understands the company's vision and is working toward a common goal. So that is it. That is the vision of the company, and the leader of this style is trying that employees go toward that specific vision. These leaders tend to be excellent communicators and typically give workers plenty of autonomy as long as they effectively execute the vision. So yeah, it's very similar to others, but it's focused on achieving the main goal. I don't believe that there is any word here. Do you have any questions here? Okay, let's move on. Let's see. These are like different styles, but we're not going to check into that one yet, okay? Hold on a second. We're going to continue with the book. So I have a question for you. We check different styles of management. Which one do you believe that you are? Are you the coaching? Are you the authoritarian? Who do you think you are?
I think too, democratic and visionary.
Okay, very interesting. Why do you think that?
Democratic because I want to know which think my coworkers, and visionary for communicate the vision in the job for do the work.
Okay, very interesting. So those are very important. Very nice. Any other opinion? What style is the one that you are, that you think that you are? Anybody?
I think teacher coaching.
Coaching. Ah, okay, interesting.
This is because my work is a coach the people to do I don't know, maybe different kind of work, and I ¿cómo sería? Me gusta. I like coach another people.
Very good. That is interesting. Yeah, that is another very good style of management. Any other opinion? Which style do you think you are?
Maybe democratic and transformational.
Okay. Why? What do you think you are both of those?
Because I think it's important listen listen to listen to the employees, understand the situation and what how are they? How are they? And try to. I think I am quiet. I am flexible. I think I'm transformational because I like to think, to try to do different the things. I think different points. I feel good when I do different the teams. Different but and original. I think maybe that.
Okay, very good, very interesting, very nice. Thank you for the opinion. Anybody else wants to share? What do you think you are?
Teacher, I think sometimes you can or you need to be an authoritarian style, because many times you have to be clear, and you can give space or room for any confusion, and you have to be or you have to you have to have a clear line of the communication from the work or from the goals or the vision the company.
That is true. That is true. Sometimes, yeah, that is the only way. Because sometimes, I mean, depending on the situation, depending on the department, depending on the people, for some people, sometimes you have to put the rules right and say, this is what you need to do. And that's the only way sometimes. Very good. So there is not a bad way or a good way. As Jose Alberto says, depending on the situation, sometimes we have to be one or the other one. Maybe there is one that represents us more. But sometimes we need to change, right? Strategies. We need to change and adapt ourselves to different things. Very nice. So let's check about the book right now so we can continue on to that one. So we are still on unit number 1, that is about management. So it says, I will be able to describe leadership traits in management. And the first question, it says, how would you define leadership? So we say, we checked into the video about that before, but now I want to listen to you. What is leadership? What do you think is that? Any opinion?
Teacher, I don't remember the word leadership. Sorry.
Yeah, leadership is like liderazgo.
Well. Well, it's very important be humble and have a vision, be visionary to it's important be humble and visionary, and it's a big responsibility. So you have to do a good example to follow.
That is it. That what you say at the end is very important. Sometimes the example is better than words. You can go and say many things, but if you do what it represents, if you have the values on that one, definitely that's going to be better. Right? Nice. Any other opinion? How do you define leadership, my friends?
Teacher,
Go ahead.
I think leadership can be who give you tasks, but and also he teach you how to do it.
That is a very good, important thing as well. They teach you how to do something, right? Not only to say, go and do that, right? It's like when they say, this is the way that you need to do or anything like that. Right? Very nice. Fatima, you were going to say something.
For me, the leader have a capacity of coaching the workers or the employees, and how communicate the vision and the work, the way to have the work, how to do the work, and delegate responsibilities.
Very good. So yes, I mean, you're right because you have a very good balance. I mean, you mentioned things like for you to do something, I mean, to go and achieve things, but also to develop people. Developing people is also very important. Leadership positions. Nice.
Teacher,
Go ahead.
I think leadership is a way to influence people. And you can be a good leader or a bad leader. You can influence to another to make a good things or bad things.
That is true. That is true. Definitely. An influencer, somebody that is an influencer is a leader. So we can see, or if you remember when we were at school, right? They were leaders for good things, as you say, and for bad things. They were always doing something, and some people they'd say, "Yeah, let's do what he says or what she says." So that happens. That happens, and sometimes we need to be aware that we are going to reflect our actions. Any other opinion about what is leadership?
In my opinion, teacher, is an ability to get the people to do what you need.
That is true. So yeah, I mean, in a company, you are in a position as a leader, and then definitely you need to make people do what has to be done. That is for sure. Of course, there are different methods, different situations, different things that may happen, but yeah, it's something that is like the most important, right? That at the end they do what they have to. Good. Any other opinion? Okay, the next one says discuss this quote with your partners. Okay, I have a question. What is quote? A quotation.
It's like a phrase or something like that.
It's like a phrase that somebody say, right? It's not my words, it's the words that other people said. So that is a quote. And we have here a quote from Frances Hasselbein. Leadership is much less about what you do and much more about what you are. What do you think about that quote? Leadership is much less about what you do and much more about who you are. What do you think about that quote?
I'm disagreeing.
Okay.
Because maybe when you talk about the characteristics of the leader, you can say is much less about what you do and much about what you are, but in general, the leadership is much about what you do. Sometimes you are the inspired or the inspiration for the people, and for be a a leader with or make it que inspira, perdón,
That inspire.
that inspire to the people. You are the example, and that is what you do.
Okay,
Not
very
only
good.
what you are.
Okay, very good. So that is very good analysis. Yeah, what you do is very definitely because it's going to reflect, and people is going to be able to see what what you can do, your capacities, your leadership. Only if we speak about characteristics about leaders, all those are actions. Right? You need to motivate. You need to communicate well. You need to do things. That is very, very important. Good. Any other opinion?
Teacher,
Okay.
I don't know if I understand the sentence, but I think the leadership is ever increase the capacity himself because is less como de lo que hago, like I do, but it's necessary increase the capacity for make better the job or join all. No, I don't know. I missed the idea, but I don't know. It's necessary increase the capacity. I think this the think Francis.
Okay. Very good. Perfect. Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Because I believe that what Francis wanted to say is that if you have the values, if you have the spirit, if you are a kind of person, your actions are going to reflect what you do. I believe that that's what she meant. But as Jose Alberto said, the actions are very important. Right? What you do sometimes, you do things that are not part of your values or are not part of what you are, but you need to do those actions. So sometimes that happens, right? Good. Number 2 says, read the following passage about industry business magnate and philanthropist J.D. Rockefeller. What is a philanthropist? Anybody knows?
Help another people?
Like that one. There are people that they have a lot of money, a lot of resources, and they say, okay, here you are. I give you for you to develop the city, to develop a community, something like that. Good. It's very funny, but you can see here that there is the paragraph.
It's hiding.
So I don't
It's
know.
only for intelligence, teacher. It's imaginary.
Only pure people can read.
I
can read it.
Here is the paragraph. I know that it's there, but the letters are not able to read it, so we are not going to read it.
I have it, teacher, in my computer.
Really? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Let me check if I can see that in the.
Yeah, me too.
That's crazy. Mine is the one that is not good.
It's only for good persons.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me just check about. No, of course, I know. Let me check here in the platform. Let's see if I can see it there. Let's see. It's loading. Hold on a sec. Here's it. Here it comes. Let me just check. Yeah, I have it here. So I have it online. So I'm going to show you and we're going to read. Well, let me see if it's possible for me to. Yeah, it's possible for me to do this. Nice. Okay. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm going to show you here. Let's see how it goes. All right, that is it. I don't know why The one that I downloaded is not, but online is there. So, and if you have it there, of course we can do it. Okay. So we are going to read. Everybody is going to read. Okay. So I'm going to read first, check the pronunciation. Then everybody is going to read, and then we're going to check the vocabulary. Any questions about the activity? Okay, so here we go. It says, John Davison Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist born in 1839. Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted, as he later recalled, in all the methods and systems of the office. Making 50 cents a day, the full salary for his first 3 months of work was $50. In his youth, Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler, I can't see that word, and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1897. He became the richest person in the US. Amazing. So, pronunciation questions.
Teacher, I don't see.
Yeah, this is the best that I can do. I mean, as I was telling you, si lo hago más grande se pone borroso. Si lo hago más pequeño es muy chiquito. This is the best. Pero no lo tiene usted. Ahí lo mandamos al grupo y lo puede abrir y puede leerlo ahí también. Pero es el mismo libro, solo que en el mío no se ve. Esto es en línea. I don't know why it doesn't look. Any pronunciation question? Si lo hago más. Oops. Sí, no. Just checking.
Delight, teacher.
Delighted.
Delighted.
Yeah.
Delighted. It's like a fun. I don't know, como que se divierto o what it mean?
Yeah, that is it. Delighted is that you are having a very nice experience. Very, very good.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Any other pronunciation question? I believe I cannot copy this now. It's not possible.
Partner.
Partnered.
Partner.
Yeah. Any other? Also, if you are in a selfie, you can zoom in the part, right? So if you can see.
Teacher is bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper. Yeah, bookkeeper.
And oil drilling?
Drilling.
Drilling.
Oil drilling. Yeah.
What means drilling?
We're going to check the vocabulary after we read, okay? Because there are
Okay.
many words that we're going to check. I want to check them together.
Teacher and delighted.
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 Any other pronunciation questions?
Philanthropist. How do you say?
Philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Philanthropist. Huh?
Okay.
Okay, if you don't have more questions, let's read. Let's practice it. Okay, so we're going to start with Vanessa Noemi.
Okay. John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business how do you say that?
Magnate.
Magnate, and philanthropist born in 1839. Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted, as he later recalled, in all the method and system of the office. Making 50 cents a day, the first salary for his first 3 months' work was $50. In his job, Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make $100, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrew are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company, Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good. Very nice pronunciation. Thank you very much. Samantha, you're next.
Okay. John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in 1839, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delight, as he later recalled, in all the methods and systems of the office. Making 50 cents a day, the full salary for his first 3 months work was $50 in his job. Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with the run to Standard Oil Company, Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the USA.
Very good. Perfect. Fatima Denise.
Okay. John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in, how do you say?
You can say 1839.
1839. Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted as he later recalled in all the methods and system of the office, making 50 cents a day, the full salary for his first 3 months. Work was 15. In his youth, Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make 100,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live. What?
To
live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with their own, the Standard Oil Company, Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the USA.
Very good, perfect, thank you. Let's check José Alberto Baños.
Okay. Let me see. John Davison Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in 1839, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted, as he later recalled, in all the methods and system of the office. Making 50 cents a day, the full salary for his first 3 months' work was $50 in his youth. Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company, Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, perfect, very nice. Let's check Nelson Antonio Rodas.
John Davison Rockefeller was American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in 1899, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted as he later recalled in all the methods and system of the office, making 50 cents a day. The full salary for his first 3 months work was $50 in his youth. Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions where they make $102,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, INC, in 1870. Henry Flower and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company, INC, until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, perfect, nice. Holman Saul.
John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in 19, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours on delegate
Delighted.
delighted as he later recalled in all the methods and systems of the office, making 15 cents a day the full salary for his first 3 months. Work was $50 in his young. Reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make 100
100,000.
$100 equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Recurring was the business focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1870. Henry Trager and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company until 1897. He became the richest person in the US.
Very good, very nice. Thank you. Jamie Raquel.
Okay. John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist born in 1839. Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delight, as he later recalled, in all the methods and systems of the office, making 50 cents a day. The full salary for his first 3 months' work was $50. In his job, Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice Clair was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of all drilling. Drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company Inc. in 1870. Henry Flair and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, perfect, nice. Let's see now is going to be Carla Lorena.
John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in
1839.
1839, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 15. He worked long hours and glided, as he later recalled, in all the method and system of the office, making 15 cents a day. The full salary for his first 3 months' work was $50. In his young Rockefeller reported said that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000 equivalent to $3 million in
2016.
2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that focuses on the instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally funded the Standard Oil Company Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Perfect, very good, nice, nice. Daniel Antonio Luna.
Okay, John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist. Born in 1839, Rockefeller
1839, or you can say 1839.
1839. Thank you. Rockefeller became as an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted as he later recalled in all the methods and systems of the office. Making 15 cents a day, the full salary for his 3 months work was $50. In his speech, Rockefeller reportedly says that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live
To live.
to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller had partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, nice. Hector Francisco.
I will try it, teacher, because it's raining here. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. John Davison Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate,
Mag
and sorry?
Yeah, magnate.
Magnate and philanthropist. Born in 1839, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and later, as he later recalled, in all the metal and system of the office, making 50 cents a day. The full salary for his first 3-month works was 50. In his John, Rockefeller reportedly say that his two great ambitions were to make 100,000 equivalent to $3 million in 2016 and to live 100 years. 100? 100.
Yeah.
Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that focused and instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company, Inc. in 1860.
70.
70. And Henry Biancler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company, Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, nice. Thank you very much. Herman Alexander. Not possible. Daniel Archimedes. Not possible either. Let's see then. Christian Alexander, I guess you are not able to. David Alexander.
Hi, teacher. I'm working in this moment.
Okay, perfect. No problem. Lucy Natalie.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Okay. John Davidson Rockefeller was an American oil industry business magnate and philanthropist born in 1839. Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of 16. He worked long hours and delighted as he later recalled in all the methods and systems of the office, making 50 cents a day. The full salary for his first 3 months' works was 50 in his youth. Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make 100, equivalent to $3 million in 2016, and to live 100 years. Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when he was 20. Refining was the business that they focused on instead of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company Inc. in 1870. Henry Flagler and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partnered with to run the Standard Oil Company Inc. until in 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, thank you. Now, Ivan Petrovich.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Davidson Rockefeller was American oil industry business magnate and philanthropic force. In 1839, Rockefeller became an assistant bookkeeper at the age of the 16th. He worked long hours and layers, as the later recalled, in all the mirrors and the system of the office, making 60 cents a day the full salary for the first 3 months. For what's $60 in his young. Rockefeller reportedly said that his 2 great ambitions were to make 100,000 equivalent and the $3 million in the 2016, and to live 100 years. One moment.
Okay.
Maurice B. Clark was the first man who Rockefeller partnered with for a business opportunity when there was 20. Recognized was the business that the accusants on the intestine of oil drilling. Rockefeller formally founded the Standard Oil Company in 1870. Henry Flower and Samuel Andrews are some of the people that Rockefeller partners with to run the Standard Oil Company Inc. until 1897. He became the richest person in the U.S.
Very good, thank you very much. Let's see who's missing. Manuel Escamilla, is it possible for you? Not possible. Everybody did it. I was checking and I guess everybody did it. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. All right. So let's check some, first of all, some pronunciations. So magnate, philanthropist. Let's see what else. Delighted, recalled. And what else? Salary, 3 months. Ambitions, 100,000. Live, remember that the verb is live, the noun is life. So if you are going to use that word as a verb, the pronunciation is live. Partnered, refining, drilling. And that's it. Let's check some vocabulary. We checked already, you know what is a magnate and also philanthropist, right? Bookkeeper, what is bookkeeper?
Like account. I don't know.
Accountant, very.
Contador.
Yeah, accountant.
Tenedor de libros.
Yeah, so bookkeeper is similar to accountant. And let's see. We checked the lighter already, right? So it's very pleasure. He was enjoying. Recall, what is to recall? Okay, to recall is to remember. So if I say, I recall when I was, I mean, you are remembering something. So it's similar. Let's see. Youth. What is youth?
It's a thing, not something.
Very young, right? Like a teenager, anything. Let's see. Equivalent. That is very important. The pronunciation of that one is equivalent. Okay. Partner. What is to partner?
Business partner, socio.
Yeah, something like that. When you do something with another person, right? In general, a business. Let's see. Refining. What is refining? Okay.
Like refinería.
Yeah, for oil, right?
For oil.
Yeah, when you
to you convert the how say the petroleum to
yeah,
diesel or gasoline or gas oil.
that's very good, perfect. That was a very nice explanation. Very good. So refining, let's see. Instead, what is instead?
Is to do something in getting another thing.
Something like that. Is to replace, right? Do this instead of this other. So you replace. Very good. Drilling. What is drilling? Do you know?
Extracción? No.
It's
the process
similar.
for get the petroleum?
Very good. Is when they have a lot of machines and they put a machine to make a hole, okay, and they extract. So that is drilling. Founded is not the same as found, right? Founded is like foundation, so established. Let's see. Richest. What is richest?
Person who has money.
It's a people that had a lot of money.
Yeah, so
It's have a lot of money.
the superlative. So the richest is the one that has more money in the world, in mind. So this is very interesting because Rockefeller, he was making 50 cents a day when he was a teenager. And then when he was old, he was the richest man in the US. So that is interesting, right? That happened. Okay. Do you have any other question, any other word vocabulary that you would like to check? Okay, if you don't have any questions, below there is an activity. It says pair work. Look at the passage above again and complete the sentences. So we are going to complete the sentence according to the paragraph. I'm going to give you a few minutes for you to check into that one, okay?
Ah. No, quizás hubo algún corto y se bajó, fíjate. Ajá. Porque el niño no estaba ahí, el niño estaba.
The kid was not
no
there.
estaba aquí.
Yeah, it was somewhere else. The kid. Okay, let's check. Let's check about that one. The first one says Rockefeller reportedly said, what do you think?
That is too great ambition were.
That, very good. Number two, Maurice B. Clark was the first man.
Who?
Who, very good. Who Rockefeller partnered with. And number three, refining was the business that he focused on instead of oil drilling. Okay, this is a very nice exercise because in the second one, you see that we use who because we're speaking about a person, okay? And on the other one, we're speaking about situations or objects. So that's why we use that. Nice, nice. Stop this thing. All right, we're going to, whenever we have the chance, we're going to do some free practice. Free practice that we do is like, we're going to speak about whatever you want. So we can do that individual or we can do that in group. We have only 10 minutes. So what do you want? A topic for everybody or individual conversations? You don't know. I'm sorry?
For everybody?
Everybody, very good. So what do you want to discuss? I don't know. What are the best books that you have ever read? Do you like to read? What are the best books that you read?
I don't like read, but I like the Principito.
Ah, that is amazing. One of my favorite books of all my life is that one. It's amazing, you know? Why do you like that? Tell me.
I like all that say because I think he left a good things, a good good
Message.
a good message. Yes.
Very
For
good.
the life.
Very nice. Yeah, it's a very good book. It's very simple. It's very nice. You know, I really like because of many things. I really like that book because of the book, as you say, is very nice, very sweet, right? Everything is very good. The other reason is the dedicatory at the beginning that it says is for Leon Worth, that is cold and is suffering in his hunger. But if that is not enough, it's for Leon Worth when he was a kid. Another thing that I really like is that it's based on a Salvadorian girl. I mean, that is amazing. The Rose of that book, she was from Armenia, right? She was Consuelo, and she was friend of Gabriela Mistral, right? It was amazing. She went to Europe and she got married with the Count. And another thing that I like about that one is that mystery, right? That he was an aviator in the war and he crashed his plane. I mean, everything is amazing. Very good. Okay, any other person? Favorite books?
I read this book, but I don't remember. I
Really?
will read again, I think.
Yeah, you need to read it and check the history around that one. It's going to be very good as well. Okay, any other books that you recommend that you say this was a very good book?
I read Rich Father, Poor Father, Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Very interesting. It's opened your mind to the business style and the way from or the way that the system where it doesn't teach us about the success in the life. It's very interesting book.
Very good. So yeah, a lot of tips, a lot of things that you can check about how to manage people, how to you manage your life as well, and check. Very nice, interesting. Any other book that you want to recommend?
Personal, 100 Years Lonely.
Of loneliness. Yeah.
Loneliness. It's big book because have a, I don't remember how many page have, but it's very interesting because talk about 5 or 10 personajes, people.
Mhm.
Each people have a different way, como formas de pensar sería
Ways of thinking.
Ways of thinking. It's very interesting. I love this. I think read this book maybe 3 times because it's very interesting. It's I not remember the name.
Aureliano Buendía.
Realismo mágico.
Yeah.
Arcadio. Remember the flowers orchestra about a song about. It is interesting book for me. And another book is Harry Potter. I like Harry Potter and Lord of the Ring and the Hobbit. I like it. It's very I have a lot book for recommend.
Yeah, there are a lot of books. I mean, sometimes we read books that are very nice, that touch you, that you say, "Oh my goodness," and they made you feel very interesting. Okay. Any other recommendation?
El Príncipe de Nicolás Maquiavelo.
Oh, you are. That is something, something not that easy to read. Tell us about the book. What is that a book about? I guess it got frozen, right? That's very bad. Machiavello is, I mean, is something very interesting, very good. Any other recommendation? Okay, there are a lot of books that we can read. I remember one book that it was very interesting. I never read books like that, but that book was good. If you have the chance, you can read it. It's called, it's in Spanish, Lazos de Amor. It's very interesting. It's a psychiatrist that he sees people that has problems. For example, if you are fear of the water, if you're afraid of water, he hypnotizes you and he tells you, he goes maybe for something that happened in your life and that caused that fear. But what is interesting is that at the end, he in the hypnotism sessions, he goes to past lives. It's very strange. It's very nice. It's very interesting. It's not true, of course, but it's very nice. Very good, my friends. So this, go ahead.
Sorry. No, it's similar to the ASCO. Never read the ASCO.
I never read that one.
It's short book, but it's very nice. It's a Salvadorian author. I like it.
Oh, I have to look for that one. I remember that I saw the title, but I never read the book. So probably I'm going to look for that one.
It's beautiful.
Nice, perfect. Okay, my friends, this is the class of tonight. So we're going to finish, check the attendance, and go to bed. So before we move on, do you have any questions?
Teacher, and we have to make the platform.
Yes. So you have to, for example, tonight you have to do the homework number, the 3. So it's, let me tell you what's going to be. It's not 3, but it's the, let me go there. So by tonight, you have to finish the 1.5. So 1.1, 1.3, and 1.5. Those are the ones that you have to be done by tonight.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Any other question before we finish? Okay, let's check the attendance and let's go to bed. Okay, the 101 of tonight is for Jamie Raquel. So, Holman, Saul, Giron Sanchez. Good. José Alberto Baños Hernández.
Present.
Good. Jamie Raquel Escobar Alfaro.
Present.
Good. Carla Lorena Leiva Contreras.
Present.
Good. Vanessa Noemí Reyes Lemus.
Present.
Good. Héctor Francisco Morales Rico.
Present.
Good. Cristian Alexander Arevalo Delgado. Kenia Cecilia Ruiz Morán. Daniel Antonio Luna.
Present.
Good. Manuel Antonio Escamilla Jurado. Fátima Denise Aguilar Márquez.
Present, teacher.
Good. Iván Petrovich Guzmán Aquino.
Present.
Good. Lucy Natalie Juárez de Ramírez. Erika Yasmín Martínez Carpio. Samantha Marisol Campos Flamenco.
Present.
Good. Zulma Janet Ramírez Ábalos. Germán Alexander Durán Linares.
Present, teacher.
Good. Nelson Antonio Herrodas Rosales.
Present.
Good. Daniel Arquímedes Florentino García. Oswin Alexis Flores Hernández. David Alexander Rodríguez Sánchez.
Present, teacher.
Good. Okay, my friends, it was a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Have a very good weekend. See you on Monday and dream in English.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
everyone.
See you on
Night.
Monday.
See you on Monday.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Hello, Daniel. Do you have any questions? No questions.